Shimano Ocea Jigger LD 2500. Let's talk about the features. First things first, we have two models of these reels. We have a high gear version and we have the mid gear version. The mid gear version is 5.7 to 1 and puts out 42 inches per crank. The high gear version is a 6.2 to 1 ratio and puts out 46 inches per crank. Both of these reels are to come with an amazing 44 pounds of drag. Internally, let's talk about some of the features that this reel has. First things first, infinity drive. The infinity drive is two drag washers stacked on the A side of the reel, sandwiching that drag plate. What that does for you is it reduces side load so you can fish at much higher drag pressures without any binding on this reel. So when you have a big fish on, it's effortless to get that fish in. Internally, we have our XProtect. Now, XProtect is really interesting because it's this labyrinth that's inside of the reels and it stops saltwater intrusion. So it's going to make these reels extraordinarily durable while you're offshore, constantly getting sprayed by salt. These reels are going to keep that saltwater out of the internal gears and keep them running flawlessly for years. Additionally, we have our Hagani Body. The Hagani Body is a solid block construction that makes this reel very, very rigid. What that means is that when you're putting all of the weight on that fish to get them turned, to get them to the boat, that power is transferred to the cranking of the reel rather than any power loss with a twist of the body or the frame of this reel. We also have an extended handle on here, and again, this is a purpose-built jigging reel. 105 millimeters hole to hole, so it's a longer handle arm to get more torque and more power on those fish. And this is probably one of my favorite features, even though it's super small. That little offset on this big power handle, which is hollow by the way, so it doesn't add any extra weight to the reel, but it makes you change your grip position just enough to use the larger muscles of your shoulder and your chest to power through those fish and take the pressure off of your forearm. If you've been out there all day, you know how tired your forearm can get. This little angle helps eliminate that. Looking at the palming side of this reel, we have our S compact body. What the S compact body does is it reduces the side plate height approximately 6% to make it an easy and palmable reel for you for all day jigging comfort. It allows you to manipulate the spool easily with your thumb or your index finger, and even has cutouts on the side so you can apply a little bit of drag pressure or here on top with your thumb if you did want to cast this reel. On this side of the reel, we're featuring two things. First, I'd like to point your attention to this drag lever. The drag lever has an overhang, so when you fish this reel in this position, you can essentially create your own auto engage by engaging as you push forward. But we also have our drag cams. So this comes with two drag cams. Standard drag cam, which is a 44-pound drag curve, is a bit steeper. We also feature a light line drag cam. So sometimes you have to drop down lighter line to get the bites. That's a lighter drag cam with a much slower curve, featuring for 20 to 30 pound line class. I've had the pleasure of fishing these reels since before they were in production, and I've used them all over the hemisphere, from Panama to the Northeast, California, in the Gulf, tuna, grouper, snapper, anything you could think of, these reels have handled it with ease. For more information on the Ocea Jigger LD or any of our Shimano products, check out fish.shimano.com.